Hi, everybody. Today, we're going to take a comprehensive look at living in Menifee, California, weighing both the goods and not so goods to help you make an informed decision before you move to the city. My name is Steve Batiste, and I'm the broker owner of Next Home West Realty. And we get calls, emails, and texts every single day from people just like you looking to make their move into Southern California. So whether it be 9 days or 90 days, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. All the information is in the description below. Now let's get into it. Let's start with the advantages. One of the biggest advantages is you can get a home in Menifee, California for around $500,000. Considering the area that's surrounding it, Temecula, Murrieta. Temecula, your bottom end is probably going to be around $650,000, $700,000. Murrieta, you're looking at probably around $600,000 to start for a single family home. But in Menifee, you can still find a home for right around the $500,000. The other advantage is that it's a very fast-growing city, so if you move in there now, chances are that home value is going to go up pretty quickly. The second advantage, which I touched on just a second ago, is the community is growing very fast, so there's a lot of developments popping up around the city. It was at one time it had more land for housing developments than any other city in the region. Chances are you're going to see continued growth in housing in Menifee. So if you're looking to put your money in a good place and watch it grow, look no further. Menifee's a pretty good place to do that. Pro number 3 is if you have a family, Menifee's a great place to live. There's plenty of things to do, plenty of parks. If you live in Menifee Lakes, there's paddle boarding, there's a pool. The school system in Menifee is also a really good school system. You're offering a great education for your kids. Pro number 4 is there's a variety of activities in Menifee. Menifee's close to Temecula, the wine country. It's close to a lot of shopping, in the region. And again, you're getting in at a lower price for your home, but it's in the middle of a lot of entertainment options. So you got Riverside right up the road. Again, I mentioned Temecula, downtown Temecula. You can get to Oceanside, to the beach, in probably around an hour, maybe less. Of course, that all depends on traffic, but it's a really good location to raise your family. Menifee is known for its friendly and welcoming residents, making it easy to find friends, and there's always plenty of things to do. So number 5, it's a very welcoming community. If you're getting any value out of this video, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I come out with a new video on living in Southern California. But every city has its downsides, and Menifee is no exception. So downside number 1 is it can get hot. It's, I would say, probably a little bit hotter than Temecula. Not much hotter, but the whole area during the summer get up to 100 and 115 degrees. It's a dry heat, so it's not humidity, so you can still go outside and enjoy the day, but with the heat comes, you got to run the air conditioner more. So as far as con number 1, I would say that the heat is definitely con number 1. Con number 2 is going to be a lack of public transportation in the area. So if you live in Menifee, you're going to need a vehicle to drive around. There are some buses that run through the area, but it's not like living in a big city. But some people think that's a plus, and some people think that's a con. But if you need public transportation, Menifee's not the place for you. Con number 3 is going to be it's got a higher crime rate than some of the other cities around it. You have to look at the crime statistics to determine what type of crime. It's a lot of, petty crime, petty theft, things like that. Overall, it's a very safe feel to the city, so you're not gonna, you're not gonna have the feeling that somebody's gonna, jump you and attack you on the street. It's nothing like that. But if you look at the crime statistics in general in Southern California, it is going to have a little bit higher crime rate than, say, Murrieta, Temecula areas, but it's still a very safe city. Con number 4 is going to be your commute time. So if you're working in San Diego, as an example, or even at Camp Pendleton if you're in the Marines, coming up to Menifee in the afternoon and going down in the morning, you have to, depending on where you live, you have to go up the 215 to get home, or go down the 215 to get to work. It can kind of bottleneck at the 215 and the 15 in the morning. Then once you get down in Temecula, it's going to bottleneck again. So the commute time is going to be a little bit longer. If you work down in San Diego, and I know people that live in Menifee that actually work in San Diego at the Navy base down in San Diego, and it can be a hike, but again, the housing prices are a lot lower in Menifee. That's why a lot of people, migrate to that area. You can get a lot more for your money, but there's a downside, and the downside is going to be your commute time. So if you're living in Menifee and you have to go to LA or, Riverside is not going to be so bad. But if you're going to San Diego, like all the way down to San Diego, you might want to, take the drive a few times and see how it's going to be for you, because it can be brutal in the mornings and in the afternoons, depending on what time you leave. Con number 5 is, despite the fact that it's a very fast, rapidly growing city, is going to be your job opportunities. There are some job opportunities in Menifee, but I would say it's more like retail type jobs. Most people that live in the area don't work in the area, so they're driving to Riverside, San Diego, down to Temecula, into those areas where there's a little more job opportunity. But again, it's growing, so hopefully that changes in the future. But as you're driving around Menifee, you'll see that a lot of what's there is not a lot of commercial type buildings in the area. It's mostly residential. It's more of a city where people live than work, if that makes sense. So overall, if you're looking for a family-friendly place to live, despite the heat, despite the traffic, it's really a great place to live. It can get hot. I have to reemphasize that. It can definitely get hot during the summer, during the winter time. And I would say even in the summer, it's hot, maybe a month and a half, 2 months out of the year, it's like really hot. The rest of the year, it's pretty mild climate. The weather doesn't change much in Southern California in general. If you're looking along the coast, you compare the coast versus like Menifee or more Inland Empire, you're looking about a 10 to 15 degree difference year round. So if it's 70 degrees, on the coast, it's going to be about 80, 85 degrees in, Menifee, Temecula, Murrieta area. But, it's not bad, but it's something to definitely consider. But overall, it's a great city, great place to live. If you have any questions, you want to take a look around, you want me to send you some properties, you want to discuss living in the area, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I would love to help.